Hey guys, it's Chris here from Chris's Creative Life, and I design workshops that help you create beautiful projects at home from start to finish with easy to follow guides. Were you guys starting to get worried that I might not be coming? Sorry, I was just checking. I heard like a beep, but I have like all my notifications turned off. So I just going to double check that I'm live where I'm supposed to be live. And like I said, so I just wanted to come on and do one last crafty project before Christmas. So we are going to create a few of the wooden ornaments that Close to My Heart put out this year. So every year I give my mother-in-law photo ornaments of my kids. So I thought, why not use these as the photo ornaments this year? So that is what we're going to do. I did a little bit of prep work because I wanted to show you a few things about the ornaments. And let's get going. I'm going to add my desktop in so you guys can see what I've got going on here. But I thought I would just do a close-up so that you would all realize that it is just before Christmas and we all need a Santa hat on. So okay, I'm gonna make you slightly dizzy and I need to swap the cameras, or then when I go to do the top down one. There we go. Okay, so these are the things we are going to play with today. So, like I said, I have the wooden ornaments. That's my piercing tool so it doesn't get lost again. But I have a couple of packages of wooden ornaments because I thought they were perfect for my photo ornaments. So hey Cynthia, that is what I'm going to use them for today. I'm going to show you how I cut out my pictures and stuff. And I'm going to show you what I did to color them. So I actually used the gloss sprays because this is just like raw wood, right? So it's unfinished raw wood. So I was going to just show you a few things. So these, let me move this out of the way so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Okay. So these are the gloss sprays, and I'll show you why these were the ones I picked once you see my photos. But so I have the gilt for Christmas because it's like a gold color, right? Then I have the fuchsia, and then I have the ocean. So I have one package of the ornaments, and they come like this, and there's two pieces to them. So there's a back piece and a ring, and you can assemble them exactly how they are, right? So you could put cardstock in here and stamp an image and add your ring and color it with ink or anything, right? But what we're going to do today is I just wanted to show you, I pulled out the shaker window and confetti, so the round one, because the pieces fit the ornament perfectly. Just like they're just off just a smidgen. I don't know why it's trying to autofocus. There we go. I'm going to do, those are my scissors. Okay, I'm going to pull my photographs. I'm going to move the tray out of the way. And so what I've done is the wood on the buttons is the same as the wood on the ornaments or the wood on the wooden flowers or any of those things. So I have buttons that I painted before, and they're just like swatch buttons, right? So that I know what a color is going to look like on the wood. So I've just done a single coat so that I know what it's going to look like. So they are still slightly see-through because it is unfinished wood, right? So the wood soaks up the color. So here, I'm going to show you my pictures I picked first, because then you'll realize the rationale behind my color choices. So the first one I have here is I used the circle thin cut, and I cut this photo out from my daughter's birthday party. So that's the one we're going to use here with the fuchsia. And then I'm going to do the skydiving photo of my son. And so that's what we're going to do with the ocean here. And then I have a picture of the dogs here on the beach. And it was already a cropped photo, so it's not a perfect circle, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be covered up, right, by the ring. So, and they're going to be on the gold ornament. So I'll just show you. I forgot to grab my mat. So to paint the ornaments, it's the same as you would paint anything else. And the paint, like I said, absorbs into the wood because it's unfinished wood. But I'm going to show you something too here. If you want to slightly change the color of something, I have one here. Okay, so I'm going to show you here. I don't know that it's really going to show up very well on camera, but so on this one, I actually put the white gloss spray underneath to let that absorb into the ornament first, so that I had just a white base to start off with. And then this is it, just, and it's totally, you can't even tell on camera, but it's more of a solid color. So if that's what you're looking for, you might want to paint them with the white first, but we're not going to use this one today. That was just my little experiment. But to paint them, all you need is your paintbrush and your gloss sprays, and you just shake it and paint on. See, I'm totally thrown off by the time because this is not normally, oh, there it is. Okay, so this is just like a super cheap paintbrush. So what I did was each of these, I wanted the color on the back, right? Because you won't see it on the front once her photo is inside, right? So I just did one coat to finish it. And then we're going to add her photo and add the ring, okay? But I wanted the back painted. So I'll just show you quickly what I did exactly. So here is another ornament. Okay, so I just have a blank ornament, and it takes a while to dry. It does, because like I said, it's absorbing into the wood. So I did, like I said, do it earlier. Okay, so like I said, I have a test button for all the colors, so I know what something's going to look like. But make sure to shake it up. You can hear the ball rolling around in there. Some of them don't have a ball, but then just make sure you're shaking it well, okay? So I'm just going to take the lid off, and I'm going to be careful because you guys all know I'm very good at making a mess and very good at spilling things. So I'm just going to put this down on my paper towel. So you can spray it if you want, like put it in a pizza box and spray it, but you can just as easily paint it. And I like the control of painting it more than spraying it. Okay. And then I would just let it dry. And then you can decide if you want a second coat or not. So you can see like the wood is absorbing it right away because there's no finish on the wood. And by adding more layers, you will change the color. Like, I don't know if you can actually see it, but you can actually see it happening. Right here, you can see the wood absorbing the gloss spray. So, like I said, I did do 2 coats because that's kind of the look that I was going for. I wanted it to absorb the color and then take the color. It doesn't take long to dry in between coats, but I knew you guys didn't want to sit and watch the paint dry. So then make sure to put your lid back on top so we don't have an accident, especially with fuchsia. That would be bad. Sure, you could prime the wood first if you wanted. Even if it's you don't need to go to that much effort though. because I found just by putting the second coat on, like the wood absorbed it, and you've got like a ton, right? Like think about how much liquid you have in a gloss spray. It's going to take you a long time to go through them. So I figured I might as well use my gloss spray to paint, right? So I'm going to show you the difference. So this one is 2 coats and this one is 1 coat. So I just let it dry and then I just added a second coat. And I was super happy with that. Okay. So that's how I prepped my ornaments. If you saw the photo that I posted earlier, that's all I did. Okay, so let's move this out of the way so we don't get wet paint on my current project. Also, I'm just gonna let that dry on there and then literally it just flicks off. You might have to, if it's big clumps, it almost dries like, almost like a little bit of a rubber bubble kind of thing. Okay, so I have my 3 pictures ready. So like I said, I did use the circle from the shaker, and for the ones I want a ring on, I cut out a ring. This one, I'm not gonna make a shaker card, but also this biggest circle is 3 inches, which is approximately the same size as your ornament. So I know you're not going to be able to see this too. So this, there you go. That's 1 coat with the ocean on this one, and that's 2 coats. So I'm going to make 2 of them shakers. So I'm going to make her a shaker one and the dogs a shaker one. And he is just going to be like this. So, and then the puppies. So I painted the back, and then I actually think I'm going to stamp the year, or I could put with vinyl the year on the back, but I think I'm just going to do it with stamp. So then I do have one piece of acetate that I cut out. So I used the Cricut acetate and cut out a circle. So for the other one, I'm just going to use one of our shakers and see how that fits, because it should technically fit. But I did try cutting out with this, because I quite like this Cricut acetate. It's quite thick. And so we're going to use that for the puppy one. So this is how we're doing this. Okay, I'm going to glue. I'm going to do the shaker first because he's easy. We'll do that one at the end. So I'm going to add some adhesive, and I think we will go with liquid glass. And I'm going to add my photo down. Maybe I'll do all the photos first, because then it'll give them a chance to dry before we start adding other things on top, right? So that's the painted on the back. That's the gilt. And here we go. So I'm just going to lift it up so I can see if I'm getting them semi-straight. So she even gets ornaments with the dogs now. So, okay, so that one, I'll just put a block on it so it has a second to dry. And then for him, like I said, the back is already blue. So he is just going to be nice and simple because that is him. So there we go. And it's funny because actually I was going to tell you, so he actually came into my office the other day with this photo, and I know you can't actually see it, but he said, "Oh, Mom, I was looking at that photograph." He said, And I look so happy in that photograph. So it's actually a still shot right from the video of him skydiving. And my mother-in-law didn't like that. So, but it's one of it's his happiest moment, I thought, during the last year. So we should put that on an ornament. Okay, so we've got that one. And then this one, I'm going to make into a shaker too. So technically, I didn't really have to paint the ring because I'm going to be covering it up anyway. But it's finished. So I'll add her on her ornament. You could probably also like hot glue down your parts if you wanted. Okay, so let's make our first shaker. So like I said, I didn't really technically have to paint the ring, but it just makes it look nice and finished, I thought. Okay. So like that would be super cute, just like that. But I thought we would turn at least a couple of them into. Okay, so we need to stuff it. Oh, there's just so many things. So what am I going to put? I think we're going to do the gold stars actually. And then in hers, I might do the silver stars and some of the wildberry sequins. Oh, and I need to grab just an acetate for the second one. Well, I had the drawer open. I'm not doing lagoon. Okay, so I'm just gonna drop, because her tree is also like golds and silvers, so it looks just fine with the... Okay, so I think that's enough in there. Oh, maybe I'll do a little more. And then I just grabbed, I still have a roll of the white and gold ribbon, so that's what I'm going to actually hang them all with. So now I will just add my acetate. Can't even see it on the table. And then I will add my ring. So I just cut some gold glitter paper. Like I said, I knew this would be super fast. Sorry, I had no idea what time I would get back, so. Okay. So now I'm just going to put a block on that so it'll dry. And this is so awesome because normally I actually go and buy like those little ornaments that you just cut the picture out of and you add them. And I didn't have to go anywhere. Okay, so then this is his ring. This would also be super cute with like white doodling on it with the gel pen or something. Or even if you were doing different colors, you could use some of the other Le Pens. I should actually I know what I should do. I should actually get the kids to put their own names on the back of the ornaments so she has their handwriting too. Maybe that is what I will do. So simple, super simple, that one. So that one's finished. And then we're going to turn this one into a shaker, but with just the window from the shaker windows. So I'm adding my ring. And the wood is enough depth to make it shaker. There we go. I'm just matching the wood grain up with the wood grain at the top. Even though it's going to be covered up. I know, it's kind of funny. Okay. So then I'm just going to give that a second. Okay, so now I just have one of the close to my heart ones right out of the package. So don't forget there's a backing on one side of this one. So the Cricut one actually has like a coating on both sides of it. So if you knew that you were going to make like a whole bunch, you could totally just set up the Cricut acetate on a sheet and cut enough circles, right, for all the ornaments that you're going to create. I obviously was not creating like a huge number of them, so it was fine to I just thin cut it out. Oh, wait a second, I need to stuff it. Holy smokes. So I am, because I'm going to add some sequins, I'm just going to use some anti-static in that one. So I don't know too if I explained at the beginning, but I just used the thin cut to cut out my photographs. So these were full 4x6s, and then you can just decide where you want the photograph to be cut. And I actually used the ring from the photograph to decide which parts I wanted. Because here, for example, where you see her arms are, obviously the photo was bigger than that. So I almost used this like as to see how it would look when it was cropped. So I'm going to drop in some wild berry sequins in here. And then a little bit of the stars, the silver stars. And it will all blend together nicely when we shake it up. So I'm just going to add a little bit more glue where I squished it down already. Okay. And I'll just add glue to my ring. Okay. I'll give this a second to dry. And I'll move this other stuff out of the way. So, like I said, I just grabbed the skinny, I still have skinny gold and white ribbon. I'm just gonna put the lid back on my liquid glass. So I'm just gonna cut a length of it. And I have just one of the pairs of the regular scissors, and I just keep a little piece of ribbon tied on there because I prefer those for cutting ribbon. Ribbon or twine, I find them better. So then there we go. So that's very cute. So I'll try and do them all about the same length, and then I'll trim off my tails after. But I thought, like I said, I just wanted to come on and do something cute and simple and quick in case somebody needed a last minute gift. You could also do the same thing without wood, right? Just do it with cardstock or chipboard and use the actual foam. So I'm just going to try and make them all about the same length. There we go. And then the last one. So this one is super cute. I knew this one would be cute. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's very sparkly. So like I said, if you have gloss sprays and you want to know what they look like, you don't always have to spray them too, because sometimes when you're spraying something, it's hard to get a consistent finish. So don't think that you have to like put it on a surface by just spraying, right? Like I splatter with it. You can paint like obviously the wood like this. So there's lots of different uses. And so don't forget for the wood ornaments, you can use the regular circular thin cuts or you can use the round shaker pieces. Both those work for getting your photographs. And then I just keep these little wooden buttons right by my gloss sprays so that if I'm trying to decide on a color to do something, I know what it's going to look like, because it might not look exactly like it looks in the bottle. Oh, thank you. Okay. Like I said, I've always done them for her. So, and it's just nice because her tree has like then a picture. Merry Christmas to you too, Cynthia. So I'll just tie up this last one. So there we go. So here's the button, what it looks like before. And here's each of the colors. Right? So if you had a theme on your tree, you could totally make them to coordinate with your tree. Right? You could still, I also think I might do some of these for Valentine's Day. I thought they would be cute for Valentine's Day. So, okay, let me just. So, like I said, I just really wanted to pop on with something super fast and quick, and just wish everybody a Merry Christmas. You will probably not see me for the next couple of days, but don't worry, I have some fun things planned coming up. I've been working behind the scenes. So, like I said, everybody have an amazing holiday, and we'll talk to you later. If you have any questions, just ask. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.